Hi there, this is Joey McGuire with GM of Murfreesboro and PlanetJoeyMcGuire.com. So you're thinking about buying a used car. Could be a good idea. There's a lot of obvious reasons for wanting to buy a used car. Probably the most obvious is depreciation. I mean, we all know that new cars depreciate an average of about 20%. The second you drive them off the lot, some depreciate a lot more than that. So what should you be thinking about when you're thinking about buying a used car? Well, the first thing to keep in mind is how much vehicle do you really want? How much can you afford? The experts say that your monthly car payment should be no more than 20% of your take-home pay. So if your take-home pay is, say, $3,000 a month, your car payment should be just around $600. Or if you're on a tight budget, you might even want to start thinking about keeping your car payment around $450 or $500. You also have to keep in mind that used cars are going to need some extra attention, things like new cars, extra maintenance that you're not going to have with new cars. And if the car that you're planning on buying is out of warranty, you might need to set aside a just-in-case fund for unexpected repair bills that might pop up. That is another reason for considering shopping at GM of Murfreesboro, because we do offer a lifetime powertrain warranty on all of our used vehicles that are under 100,000 miles. Now, our powertrain warranty includes many more things than just the typical powertrain, which is the engine, the transmission, axles, the drive shaft, the big things. Our powertrain warranty includes things like your water pump, your fuel pump, timing belt, timing chain. A lot of things that typical powertrain warranties do not cover are covered for the life of the vehicle. Okay, so you've determined how much vehicle you can afford. What next? Now it's time to start compiling a list of vehicles you think you might want. The obvious brands that make for really good used vehicles are Toyota, Honda, GMC, even though these are going to cost a few $1,000s more than, say, Ford or Kia, even though those brands are good cars too. So if you're looking to save money, you want to consider more than just one brand. And it's also a good idea, like I've talked about in other videos, to make a needs and wants list. Write down all of the qualities that you need in a vehicle, things that are must-haves, whether it's space, whether it's towing, whatever. And then write down what you want: leather trim, color of the vehicle, size of the wheels, etc. And then find vehicles that have those qualities that you both want and need. If you're thinking about buying a used vehicle that's less than 5 years old, it would be a good idea to consider buying a certified pre-owned vehicle. Certified pre-owned vehicles are just one step below new vehicles. Certified pre-owned vehicles typically have long-term warranties that are backed by the manufacturers themselves, not just the dealership. To buy a certified pre-owned car, you'll need to buy it from a dealership that specializes in that particular brand. For example, you can't go to a Ford dealership and expect to buy a certified pre-owned Chevy Cruze. All right, so you've decided how much vehicle you can afford. You've got your list of vehicles you think you might want. What's your next step? Now it's time to compare prices of those vehicles. See about what you can expect to pay for the kind of vehicle that you're looking for. There are lots of ways to check prices. You can go on Edmunds.com. You can check out Craigslist. You can look at Cars.com. You can go to CarMax and compare the prices of the vehicles that you're looking for. Now, typically, vehicles that are sold by private owners are going to be the cheapest. But there's a reason for that, because there's no warranty, there's no guarantee that this person hasn't wrecked this vehicle, there's no guarantee that this vehicle is not in bad shape. If you're buying from a friend or family member, that's a different story. Typically, the most expensive used cars you're going to find are the certified pre-owns. And the reason for that, like I mentioned earlier, is that you're getting a manufacturer-backed warranty with that. So after you've found a vehicle that you like and is in your price range, then you want to do a vehicle history check. There are two most common sources for vehicle history reports, a Carfax and AutoCheck. Now when you check these, you want to look for accidents, you want to look for salvage titles. Now it's important to note that just because a used car has been involved in an accident does not mean you should entirely cross it off your list. If the accident was 4, 5, 6 years ago and the vehicle has been driven 30 or 40,000 miles since then, chances are the accident was a minor fender bender. But if it shows on the Carfax or the AutoCheck that the airbags were deployed, you might want to reconsider purchasing that vehicle. If the Carfax checks out, your next step is not to go see the vehicle in person. It's to pick up the phone and call the seller. If it's a private seller, you want to ask the seller, why are they getting rid of the vehicle? Why are they selling it? You want to know if the vehicle has any mechanical issues. You can typically get a good feel for the vehicle itself just by talking to the seller of the vehicle. If the vehicle is for sale by a dealership, you want to call the dealership first to make sure the vehicle is still in stock, because from personal experience, the internet department doesn't always keep up with the vehicle inventory as quickly as the vehicles are sold. So you want to call first to make sure the vehicle's in stock before you drive down to the dealership and find out that it just sold yesterday. So if you like what you've heard over the phone, your next step is to go drive this vehicle. Now, going for a test drive is not optional. You have to test drive the vehicle, especially if it is a pre-owned vehicle. So what do you... Well, the first and most obvious thing to look for is this vehicle comfortable? Do you have enough shoulder, leg room, headroom? Does the vehicle sit too low, or is it just about right? Do you notice any major blind spots that would cause you a problem? A big red flag is there a lit check engine light on? If there is, you might want to reconsider this vehicle. Something else to pay attention to is smell. Do you notice any smells? If you're a non-smoker, you may not want to buy a car that has been owned by a smoker who smoked inside the vehicle. And trust me, non-smokers can pick up on the scent of cigarette smoke instantly. More serious issues, do you smell gas or maybe burning oil? Any kind of odor that would be unpleasant, after a while will get to you and you'll regret buying that vehicle, I promise you. Another major thing to pay attention to are the tires. Specifically the tread on the tires. Is the tread less than 50%? If so, you might want to reconsider. Also, when you're driving, check out the brakes. Do the brakes make a funny sound? Do they grab? Do they stop the car? Do they squeal? If there's any kind of irregularities with the brakes, that's something to pay attention to. Also, even though you might not be a mechanic, still you want to pop the hood with the engine running. You want to listen for any abnormal sounds, any kind of squeaking or clicking noises that don't sound quite right to you, any kind of smells again that you think shouldn't be there. Those could be major red flags. Does the engine itself look dirty? If so, that could signify a leak of some kind. So you might want to reconsider that, have that checked out. So after you've driven the vehicle and you like what you see, you like the vehicle itself, now it's time to talk numbers. Now, if this feels like the holy crap part of the process to you, it really shouldn't. And the reason for that is the days of haggling over price are pretty much over. The internet price that you see online, that is typically the bottom line. That is the stripped down, almost zero markup version of the price you can expect to pay. I talk about why that is in another video, but take it from a car sales professional. We at the dealership hate bickering over price as much as you do, which is why we are right up front with our absolute best price on the internet. So all we have left to do at this point is to run your credit, appraise your trade-in if you have one, check your down payment, and come back with a payment option that works for you. So thank you for watching this video. This is Joey McGuire at Gym of Murfreesboro and planetjoeymaguire.com. Please give me a call if you have any questions. My cell number is 615-605-5701. Yes, I do answer that phone when you call, and I will see you soon.